an up-tempo game.
They're going to call Angel Reese for some travel. You can see what St. Francis is going to try to do all night long.
They're going to try to apply pressure and get the ball going up and down the court. It's going to be a fast-paced game.
And we'll welcome everybody to the Family Life Center. Appreciate you guys joining us midway through. Riverdale Baptist in white, St. Francis in yellow. We're 1 minute in. Riverdale Baptist up 4-0. They try to get the ball inside to Kayla Thomas, former McNamara Mustang. St. Francis on the drive. Anaya denied underneath by the senior forward, Tanaya Green.
Well, you
Riverdale Baptist.
You see the pace of this game early. Both teams are trying to push the ball.
Makes the analyst's job hard. Angel Reese. Deep shot. Kalia Turner.
She's headed to Bowie State. She's a very good shooter, as you can see on that first play.
Riverdale gets to the baseline. They're going to say she stepped out right in front of what looks to be a bunch of college coaches and scouts.
Oh, the who's who in college basketball is here.
Without a doubt.
You best believe that.
And there's a lot of happy Terp fans. I know I said it maybe before people came and joined us. Angel Reese, number 10 for St. Francis, just committed to the University of Maryland. A lot of happy people in College Park. Sania Johnson gets her hands on that pass. Bounce pass in.
A little early jitters.
Humphrey down low, can't connect.
The referee's going to have a hard time watching that line. You got spectators all over the place.
I'm used to watching these things online myself, speaking about online, guarding the lines. The ball comes right in front of us. Kayla Ivey handles it down low. Senior Ivey out top, resetting for the Crusaders. Kayla Thomas, 25. Former Maroon and Gold. Liz Martino up at the buzzer from deep. Unable to hit the shot. Zion Reynolds able to get the rebound. I believe that was Liz Martino who ends up causing some trouble. Ball will stay St. Francis.
Coach Shelton is really, really high on Zion Reynolds, the 6'3" post player in the middle. Says she's very versatile, inside out. He expects big things from her this year.
Anaya under pressure. Angel Reese kicks it out.
Nice draw and kick.
3-point try for Turner, no good. St. Francis in for 2.
Angel is coming off 23, 8, and 7 in her last game. She plays a complete game, Ken, as you can see early on.
Liz Martino, no good. Ball's out. Angel Reese driving. And they're going to get it for the defensive call. That's not even like a Euro step. That's like a, okay, I'm going to have to call that a Glen Arden step.
A long step through. That's what that's called, Ken.
That's a Family Life Center step. She's going to be fun to watch. A lot of the girls in this area playing college ball. Saw Ashley playing for Maryland, a freshman playing for Brenda for Maryland. Last couple of weeks getting some good time. Angel Reese knocks them both down. 7-4 lead for St. Francis. It's Kayla Ivey gets into the corner.
Ken, in the girls' game, you do not have a 10-second backcourt violation like you do in the boys. So both teams are pressing. They're trying to slow the other team down. But
Kayla Ivey from deep.
It's very important to get back in defensive transition as well and set your zone up.
Kayla Ivey gets her own rebound, and she will be fouled and head to the line for the Crusaders.
You can see a definite height advantage for St. Francis, but that does not have anything to do with toughness.
No, Riverdale's getting their share of rebounds early in this game. Kayla sinks the first. 2 points separating these two teams. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Family Life Center in Glen Arden, Maryland. That's a good-looking scene here, Darren.
Yes, it is. I'm impressed by the skill level of these girls. You look at that shot, it's picture perfect form.
Angel Reese with the rebound and the long outlet up top. Anaya Gordine, 2 chances. It ends up being Humphrey for St. Francis to put it down. 4-point lead, 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Francis playing full-court D. That left corner has been where St. Francis is pushing that ball, Darren.
Yeah.
Seems like pretty much every time that's the only place Riverdale has.
Not only on the offensive end, but on the defensive end as well. You can see how much of a prospect Angel Reese is. Look at her wingspan.
Yep.
She causes problems in the press. She's on the ball right now. You have to lob the ball over her head. She covers a lot of ground. Brenda Freeze has a gem coming her way. She's all over the
Ania
place.
Johnson unable to make it fall. Ania with another chance. Anaya Gordine, the junior, puts St. Francis on top 11-5. There it is down that corner again. Liz Martino down the baseline. They're going to. Jada Belton kicks it out. Liz Martino from deep.
Oh, we're going to be back and forth, Kim.
3-point game.
Now, Naya Gordine, the young lady, number 1, she's from France, and she got an opportunity to play with Angel Reese on that EYBL team takeover squad. We're going to talk to Ron James here at halftime. She had a great opportunity playing on the national championship team in the summer.
Liz Martino in rhythm, can't make it fall. Riverdale getting those rebounds. Kayla Ivey from deep. Just like you said, height so far not a factor off the glass. Clea Turner unable to make it fall for St. Francis. Kayla Ivey across the court to Liz Martino. She was looking deep. That was from Keith Veeney distance, by the way, when she was eyeballing it, if we're being honest.
You got to make sure you get your McNamara plugs in, don't you?
All day, every day. It was awesome talking to the Riverdale Baptist coach before the game. These guys are living and loving it.
Well, all the teams in this DMV Super Games are very well coached, very respected coaching staffs. They've got these girls skilled and playing hard, and you can see it.
2-point game, 2 minutes, 55 seconds to go in the quarter. St. Francis on top, 11-9.
It's a nice looking shot.
Liz Martino making it a 1-point game.
3 of Riverdale Baptist's 4 seniors that have already signed have all gone over the 1,000-point scoring mark in their careers here. Liz Martino just being one of them.
Gonna get him for travel. Gotta be careful, there's so many whistles. There's 3 games being played at once here. We can still hear whistles next door to us. Try to make it not a factor here. Paris McBride working the center of the court. Lauren Banks with the deep shot, unable to make it fall. Ball stays Crusaders. Liz Martino to inbound for Riverdale. Referee's checking with the table.
Number 35, Turner, has checked into the game for Zion Reynolds.
Kayla, there's Lauren Banks in the corner.
She immediately makes her
Martino
presence
from
felt
deep.
with a block shot.
Angel Reese with the ball.
Referees are calling it tight.
Shuffle step. The shuffle step not working tonight, Darren.
Angel Reese is controlling the boards and bringing the ball down the court.
She's controlling the game.
That's what you call a point forward right there.
controlling the game. She's determining, she's basically driving Riverdale to one side of the court. And there she is with the steal.
As
attacking the basket.
As advertised.
Angel Reese dictating. St. Francis up 13-10. Harris McBride for Riverdale. To Kayla Ivey. Who's going to launch it from deep. Rims it in and out. Lauren Banks, rebound. Nye Gordine. Attacking the basket. And that's going to go charge. It's going to go against the offense. I'll tell you, Riverdale's done a good job, Darren, of setting up and being willing to take that foul. They probably had to take it a couple times for the referees to give it to them, but that's what happened there.
You're right about that. Transition defense is very important. It's going to be important all night.
Harris McBride calling out her offense. I think the offense is called Angel Reese is on the left, so we're going to go right. And there it is. Kayla Ivey all the way across to Liz Martino for a deep shot. And there you go again, Darren. A feisty Crusader team under the glass.
Yep.
Every ball they think is theirs.
Angel is making a point to try to cut off Liz Martino. And what they did, they set a fade screen right there to try to free her up on the weak side. And that's how she was able to get that jump shot off.
Anaya from deep. Not going to be good, but there's a St. Francis rebound. I believe that was Corey.
Nice.
Corey Barnes,
Put
a
back.
sophomore, with a great rebound. 5-point game, under a minute to go in the first quarter. Riverdale unable to get it underneath. But Jada Belton is able to retrieve it past there. St. Francis make it hard to get inside.
One thing that Coach Shelton has done a great job in his 29 years there at St. Francis. One thing he did say is they're a lot deeper than their 24-4 team last year. They've got a lot more depth, which means they can do more things and push the tempo because they have subs that can come in and contribute right away. They won their 4th straight title last year. They're looking for their 5th this year.
Jada, a highly recruited D1 prospect. Angel Reese under duress, run the floor, give and go, gets it back. Great dish underneath. Looked like Delaney Dorsey with the finish. Pass to the baseline for Riverdale. Lauren Banks. Angel Reese going back the other way, Darren.
Oh, this is up-tempo.
Cross
Good
court.
skip pass.
Corey Barnes, the sophomore.
At
She'll go to the
6'3",
line.
Angel Reese can see over top of the defense, and she saw her teammate open in the opposite corner. It was a nice skip pass. That's an easy step into a jump shot.
First one of it, 3 we think is good. Corey.
Nice looking shot by Miss Barnes. She got another one coming.
20 seconds to go, enough time for about 17 possessions at this rate. Last one no good. Tie. Arrow goes to Riverdale, I believe, and they will have the ball. Lauren Banks to inbound. Harris McBride bringing it up. 15 seconds. 6-point lead for St. Francis.
A little Iverson cut action. St. Francis was just waiting on it. Oh, they got an illegal
foul.
screen.
Yeah, they got the screen. players played through the first whistle thinking it was a whistle from a court next door. 7.6 seconds to go. St. Francis with an offensive possession to end the quarter.
Let's see what Coach Shelton has drawn up for this last 7 seconds of the quarter. I would think it would be get it back to Angel and let her create.
There
and
you
that's
go.
exactly what she's doing.
She gets to the foul line,
downhill.
extended, she's in, and unable to connect with high percentage shot. Good job by St. Francis, 2.1 seconds to go. Be an inbound on the far side. Okay, they can bring it back.
Not in the bonus yet.
Riverdale will get 2.1 seconds to narrow this 6-point lead. Paris McBride, she gets to half court. It's good if it goes off the front of the rim. Maybe called the side of the backboard. Darren, 6-point game. St. Francis in the lead. We can talk about Angel Reese for a second, but let's talk about Riverdale for a second. I know they're down by 6, but the game feels like it should be more than 6, and yet Riverdale has been very, very feisty on the glass. They've got a lot of second chance points.
They're a scrappy team, and they're a very skilled team. So you would think that St. Francis's height and length are going to bother Riverdale, but it's not. It's not seeming to cause them any problems. They're getting some offensive rebounds, got a couple of those putbacks blocked, but they're in there, and they're fighting. So, we got an action-packed first quarter, and I expect 3 more quarters of the same.
And this place is full. They're here to watch 2 great programs. They're here to watch some great players. They're definitely here to watch Angel Reese, who is as advertised. She dominates the floor. Clearly a defensive, next-level presence for St. Francis. Hasn't gotten totally in rhythm yet offensively.
Right.
But you can see how she's going to get those shots. They start falling, you're talking about 25, 30 points.
But
easy.
everything is going through her. So if she doesn't have the shot, then everybody swarms on her. She finds the open teammate. So it's, she's a triple-double waiting to happen.
And she's driving the other team to the opposite side of the floor. But here we go. We'll start the second quarter. Delani Dorsey inbound to Anaya Gordine.
We saw an intense Coach Bozeman over there during the quarter break. I know he's going to make some adjustments and get his girls motivated to try to close this gap. See how active this zone is.
Corey Barnes, Anaya from deep. Good position for Sania Johnson on the rebound. She attacks Angel Reese, gets by her. Gets a little bit of a wild shot. And they're going to get Anaya Gordine for a travel over half court. You saw Sania Johnson. You saw what they were trying to do there. Once you get past Angel Reese, attack the hole. It was a high percentage shot. She's got there a little bit, speeding a little bit too fast.
Yeah, a lot of times when you get down here, you got to control yourself before you put it up or it'll come too far off the glass. There's that Iverson action again, the Iverson cut. Let's see what they get out of it.
Snia Johnson laying the screen.
That's some nice action by Coach Bozeman. He's probably hoping for a switch on that and see if they can get somebody in a one-on-one or a pick and roll on the side away from Angel. She's causing so many problems defensively.
Martina makes the first. 5-point game, 7:18 left in the first quarter. Kayla Thomas with the rebound. Liz Martino for 3. She's blocked. Kayla Thomas brings it down. Over to Sania. Long-range shot, no good from Kira Dandridge. A lot of pass there. Maybe looking for too much, Darren.
Yeah, that was. You gotta connect that. That was a good look, but you have to connect that, or it's a turnover. You get a great rebound, and you give it right back to the other team.
It's only good if it works, right? Otherwise, you've made a terrible mistake.
Not the way Coach Shelton drew that up. But you can live with
top.
a couple of those from her.
Ivy to Thomas. Thomas on the blocks, unable to make it fall.
That was good position post defense right there.
Angel Reese Delani Dorsey back to Angel to get it down low. Riverdale. Sania Johnson unable to hold on. Angel Reese out to the side. Long range shot, no good from Corey Barnes. Paris McBride coming back up, attacking. Outside, they're going to get Kayla Ivey for travel.
Angel seems to be getting a little tired here. Maybe they'll get her a sub coming up here shortly.
She's kind of been in no man's land on defense a couple times down the floor. It's kind of where I live as a defender. Just in the wrong spot at every turn.
Tell me about it. I made a living like that.
We're going to get a travel.
But it wasn't because I was tired. I was just waiting for the ball on the other end.
That's true. Well rested, out of position. Kayla Ivey to inbound to Paris McBride. We got a 5-point game with just over 6 minutes to go in the first half. Got to start talking about some Call Your Mother Deli orders to get orders in. Nice move by Paris McBride. Kayla Ivey up top. Paris McBride attacking. She's going to get the bump from Anaya Gordine.
As you can see, Riverdale Baptist, I saw Coach Bozeman, he made a conscious effort to make an adjustment on the defensive end, and St. Francis is yet to score this quarter.
Paris McBride good on the first. Smooth free throws. Paris McBride cuts the lead to 3. Just under 6 minutes to go. St. Francis and Riverdale talking it over. Let's get our first Call Your Mother Deli plug in, because I'm excited about these guys. First of all, thank you so much for stepping up and partnering with us for some awesome high school basketball, some of the best girls basketball you'll find in the country. But check these guys out. Call Your Mother.
Yeah, I've been
Jules
down
Deli.
there in the Petworth area. Really good food, really good people, and on a Saturday or Sunday, the line's all the way around
Forget
the corner.
about it.
Yeah.
What's your order?
I had a turkey club sandwich.
Okay.
Turkey club sandwich
That's
with
not-
a little avocado.
All right. Is it like pickle? Are you a pickle guy?
Not a pickle guy.
I'm not a pickle guy either, but some pickles are just good randomly.
I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure it fits in my diet plan.
All right. We're gonna get some orders in here before the half. 3-point game. 6 minutes to go. St. Francis balling in Nia Gordine's hands. Sania Johnson on defense. Humphrey. They're gonna feed it in. Kayla Thomas denying the inbound in pass to Angel Reese. Liz Martino.
Good pass. I was going to say
Down
she
low.
gave up an open look, but she found her teammate down low.
And
with
she
a
didn't travel.
Great thread the needle pass. Riverdale on a 5-0 run.
Deep 3. Corey Barnes, a sophomore, extends the lead for St. Francis.
St. Francis really needed that shot in the corner to stop this run.
Well, they've been attempting them. They haven't had not a whole lot of deep shots made yet in this game. Sania Johnson on Anaya Gordon. Talia Turner in. Back out to Anaya. Angel Reese. Dangerous from that distance. Unable to make it fall. I did not hear the whistle. It looked like there was some contact underneath there, Darren. No foul.
Well, they teach you when you catch it in there, do not bring the ball down. And Angel brought the ball down by her waist, and that was able to get in there and get a hand on it. She knows better than that.
Humphrey hanging, missing the floater. Great drive and dish, though, on that play.
Yes, it was.
From Anaya Gordine to find Angel in pretty much your 99.9% range.
Well, Ken, they're EYBL teammates. They play together on the circuit with Team Takeover. So they're very familiar with each other.
St. Francis would like to have the last 2 shots from 0 feet back. Kayla Ivey driving, dishing. Liz Martino, baseline, too much. Kayla Ivey may be a little push in the back there on Anaya Gordine. That's going to be what do they call that at halftime? Something to work on from underneath at point blank. You're going to want to make those.
That's an intensity foul right there. Coach Bozeman, he doesn't want that, but I'm sure he doesn't mind his player working hard on the offensive glass.
Another travel.
The referees are calling it tight today.
They sure are. 4-point game, just over 4 minutes to go in the half. St. Francis on top. If you're just joining us, St. Francis in yellow, Riverdale in white.
On both sides, you can see both teams have dropped back and they're not picking up full court anymore. I expect some more of that to start off the second half. But right now,
Sania Johnson with the drive. She will be fouled. I believe they're going to get that on Corey Barnes. We'll double check that. Yep, that's correct. On the wrist.
High-level games like this, it many times it turns into a half-court battle and a possession-by-possession battle. So second one up, it was off the mark.
Angel and I playing a 2-man game up top. Sania Johnson. She's been
I'll tell you what, she is quick in those passing lanes.
disruptive as a defender the entire night so far.
That's the kind of player you want on the top of a zone. Many people think that a zone is a chance to relax, but no, if you have an active zone, it can be very, very effective, just like that. Trapping.
Angel Reese, point blank. Pass from Corey Barnes. 23-18, 3.5 to go in this game. I'm sorry, in the first half of this game.
That was an incredible play by Gordine right there to get out of a trap near half court and find a teammate down on the baseline. Not many players can make that play.
Nye Gordine, unsuccessful from Steve Turner, taking it back. Paris McBride with the rebound. One of the smallest girls on the floor in between 3 St. Francis defenders.
St. Francis doesn't want that one. A foul 70 feet from the basket when you're already in the bonus. It's double bonus now.
And Paris McBride has a nice looking free throw.
Riverdale will be shooting 2 for the rest of the half.
Unable to get the front side. Jada Belton checks in for Kayla Thomas. Zion Reynolds in for Corey Barnes for St. Francis. McBride unable to get either of Angel Reese with the rebound. She'll bring it up. 5-point lead. Gordine and St. Francis is going to get rung up for another travel.
That's about the 5th or 6th travel call.
It feels like at least the 10th. It's been a lot.
Those are unforced turnovers.
2:40 to go. 5-point lead. Sania Johnson up top. To the corner for Liz Martino.
Liz is trying to find her space in this against this zone.
Paris
All she
McBride
needs
for
is a
3
split
points.
second.
Angel Reese with the rebound. Outlet pass up top to Anaya Gordine. She uses the rim nicely.
Now that's the outlet she tried before. That time she connected.
25-18. St. Francis on top. Tania Green unable to make it work inside. Sania Johnson again, and they'll get her for the foul.
She is active at the top of that zone.
Made the stop and then went after me. That's, if you're a coach, there's nothing about that you're upset with.
I was going to say, when I used to coach, I used to count deflections.
Yeah.
Not just steals, but deflections. That shows your activity on defense.
Effort foul at the end. Just wanted it too much. Angel Reese at the foul line. What did they?
That seems to be the call this evening. It's a traveling.
It must be like some kind of a technicality. I don't know. It's uncanny. .140 to go. Paris McBride, Kayla Ivey back up top. Ivey to McBride. Penetration inside. Kayla Ivey. McBride on the baseline. That'll send the Crusaders to the line.
Ken, the key to beating a zone a lot of times is getting that ball to the middle. You have a lot of options once you get the ball to the middle. Both teams are doing a really good job of doing that, but on the defensive side, both squads are covering a lot of ground. It's making it hard to find angles.
McBride gets the first. Cut the lead to 6.
Very rarely do you find a shot clock violation against a zone. That's the sign of a good defense when you force the offense to use all 30 seconds.
This time McBride makes them both. 25-20, just over a minute to go in the first half. Nia Gordine bringing it down for St. Francis. Turner to Reynolds to the corner. Back to Reynolds. The junior with the N1, and now we got a technical.
What?
A
lot of celebration?
I thought they were pointing at the Riverdale bench when they called the technical, but I didn't see. It wasn't clear to me. Yeah, it looks like it. I think the referee is just trying to get in control, get everyone's emotions.
Game. You're going to expect some of that. These girls are intense. They see each other all year round. Coach Bozeman's over there with the John Thompson towel over his shoulder.
So shoot the free throw first?
To his squad.
Is that right? The free throw first, and then the technical, or the technical first? Then
no, free throw first. It was an and one.
Right, and then they get the ball after that, right?
Now whoever they choose can shoot the technical.
That's right. And then it should stay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, we are mistaken.
Oh, no, maybe it wasn't a double tech.
They're calling the technical on St. Francis.
Tech was on St. Francis.
When the referee pointed at the Riverdale bench, there must have been a player standing over there. Paris McBride stepping to the line. She sinks the first.
Double tech or a single tech? Just a tech on. Okay. Yes, just a single tech. The referee came and cleared it up for us. Excessive celebration.
6 points separating these two teams. A minute in the first half. Paris McBride, center of the floor. Attack in the middle. Kayla Ivey from deep. Off the front of the rim. Rebound Delani Dorsey. And I think, oh, okay. A different motion, but essentially the same call. Little double dribble action there.
It's shocking. Some of these are unforced turnovers. Unforced turnovers. There was no defender around her that time.
Still a 6-point game.
She got a little ahead of herself, ready to make a decision.
Riverdale looking to take advantage with Angel Reese not in the game. Paris McBride from the corner, and it will be kicked out. It looks like Kalia Turner. Kalia Turner bumped with no call. The referee's going to give the ball back to Riverdale. Referee's letting them play with a lot of contact.
Yeah, that was kind of a,
That was a lot of
makeup no call right there.
There's Martino. There's the travel makeup call.
Well, they're consistent. At least they are.
We must be trying to fit some commercials in for Call Your Mother Deli. Anaya Gordine with 20 seconds to go
Shot
in the
clock
first
is
half.
off. Let's see what St. Francis does on this last possession.
Anaya up top. Kick to Delani Dorsey. She's inside for Zion. Jaden, Kayla Ivey driving. Defensive foul, unable to get the shot to fall. She'll shoot two with 2.1 seconds to go in the half. You can kind of see it in Kayla's eyes. She realized there's no number 10 between her and the basket. It's time to make your way to the basket in that situation.
She set her eyes on the basket, and she wasn't going to be denied.
The senior makes the first. On her way to BC, Boston College.
It's a good
Makes
looking shot.
4-point game. Anaya Gordon gonna let this half run out. And that's it, first half in the books. 4-point lead for St. Francis over the Crusaders from Riverdale Baptist. What do you think, Darren?
The scoring slowed down in that second quarter. I knew they were going to make adjustments, and Riverdale was able to shave 2 points off of that lead. And, you know, it's going to be tight going down the stretch. It looks like it. If the referees let them play a little bit.
Well, they're letting them play. It's a matter of if these teams can conform to the way the refs are letting them play, because the refs aren't letting anything go.
Right. Yeah, they're calling it tightly. They're not only fouls underneath, but also footwork things out on the perimeter. They've called about 7 travel calls. Some of them questionable, some of them were deserving. But, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how this second half goes and if the refs let them play a little bit more. It's great to be brought to you by Call Your Mother Deli. I'm very proud to have them on as a partner and looking forward to a lot of things in the future. It's a great deli down in the Petworth area. You know, I've had a chance to taste their food. It is good. Whatever you like, they have, and very nice people there. The customer service is awesome.
They got the game on? I know they got TV there. They got the game on there tonight?
I hope they do.
I hope they're listening to us. 8 minutes, 40 seconds till the end of the second half. I want to ask you something about the program. This is my first chance getting to see St. Francis. We've had the good fortune to see Riverdale a couple times over the last couple years. St. Francis comes in highly regarded. You don't just end up with a player like Angel Reese by accident. Tell me a little bit about what they got going on up there in Baltimore.
Well, they've won 4 straight titles over there. They've got great tradition. Coach Shelton is in his 29th year. They were 24-4 last year, and he's excited. They've started off 3-0 this year, and he's very excited about what he has. He's got a couple transfers in and a couple of young girls that have some experience under their belt now, ready for them to step up, and he expects big things from them. So he wants to keep his girls, you know, level-headed, You know, just like the teams in this area, they have a target on their back in the Baltimore area. And you know, with a leader, a senior leader like Angel Reese, uh, and also Kalia Turner, you know, they're ready for it, and they're built for it. So, you know, he has a very strong schedule this year. He's going to be in this She Got Game tournament this weekend. They also going down in the John Wall tournament down in North Carolina. So they're going to be playing a lot of top competition around the country. So it was strategic. He did that strategically because, you know, these girls they're battle tested. They play a lot of high level AAU in the summertime, spring and summer. So they've been in these big time atmospheres, and he feels they're ready.
Well, we are fortunate enough to have some company here at halftime, it's always best. They say three's company. Ron James, Team Takeover, representative of Team Takeover for the girls' side. Welcome, by the way, to First Amendment Sports Broadcast, my friend.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
Ron is the head coach of the 17 and under EYBL Girls National Champions. Congratulations on that.
That's awesome.
You all had a clean sweep this spring and summer. You won every event that you went to, and Angel Reese was a centerpiece of that squad. And tell us a little bit about what it is like to coach her.
Coaching Angel is a bunch of fun, but eat your Wheaties. You got to be ready. She's the ultimate competitor. She wants to win, and she wants to compete at everything there is. You know, one of the things I've always talked to folks about Angel, and one of her biggest attributes, is actually when she's not on the floor. She's relentless, and again, ultimate competitor. But when she's not on the floor, she's one of the best teammates you can imagine, because she's pushing her teammates to levels that sometimes they're not even aware of they're capable of.
I see that. She shares the ball a lot. I know she's the center focus, but she gets all her teammates involved. So she seems like the ultimate, like you said, the ultimate player and ultimate teammate, and everybody wants to do their part for her.
No, absolutely. And, you know, if it's whatever it takes to win, if she has to be more of a facilitator, distributor, she'll do that. She's a quick jumper, so rebounding is just a given for her, expecting a double-double out of her each and every game. But, you know, she really doesn't care about points and those kinds of things and stats. She cares about winning, and she cares about success of her teammates.
Well, Coach Freeze has a special one on the way to College Park, and alongside her is her teammate Anaya Gordine. She played with you as well. Talk about what it's like to have a team, and I think every last one of your girls are signed, sealed, and delivered. They're going to Division I, many of them to big-time programs, Ivy League programs as well. So, you know, it's talk a little bit about that. How is it to have such a talented squad and getting them to play together and win championships?
Yes, kind of easy to talk about because I've kind of learned from our boys' side and following the direction of Keith Stevens and our president and CEO of the program. And our boys' program, as you know, has been around for a number of years. And following that model and that suit where everybody has to sacrifice, everybody has to commit to the success of the team, and getting the kids to buy into that, as well as the parents to support it. And it just takes finding the right fit and match. And we feel like putting teams together is like puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
So you got to have the right pieces to fit. Anaya actually came to me by word of Angel. Angel kind of promoted her and pushed for us to take a look at her. And at one point we weren't sure about her. But then she came into a couple of workouts. We saw her in competition. She's another, relentless all-on-ball defender. And she played a key role in us winning that Nike EYBL championship for Nike Nationals. She was able to guard anybody that was out there, particularly ball handlers, and she was one of our defensive stoppers. So it was great to have her. And as you mentioned, we've had all of our kids commit to Division I programs, from the Ivy Leagues to the mid-majors to the high mids to the Power Fives. And we're just looking for the right fit and match for our kids. But at the end of the day, again, the takeover way is to develop complete basketball players, so they're able to go to any program that's out there that they fit their need. But I think it's a two-way street.
Well, I want to say congratulations again, and you mentioned that EYBL National Championship, and it was a great moment for you, great moment for the area, a great moment for Team Takeover's program. And you see these girls. There's 3 games going on.
Yep.
You know, 3 doubleheaders going on tonight. This is an action-packed event, and you can walk on any one of these courts and see one of your girls or a girl that you're very familiar with, being so entrenched in that AAU circuit. So, there's a lot of talent out here tonight, and it's great to see, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Yep, no, absolutely. I actually counted, before the night's over, we'll have 8 out of our 11 girls from our 17U EYBL National Championship team playing tonight.
That's impressive. That's impressive. So, and I know you got to get ready. It never stops. You got to get ready for another season coming up, and you got some girls coming back, and then your 16U team did very well, and they'll be coming to you next spring. So, I know the work never stops for you, and keep doing what you're doing. Congratulations again, as we see Maddie Scott, another one of your EYBL players. She's going to be in the next game.
With McNamara Mustangs in the house.
Yes, nope, absolutely. We've got several on that team as well, and it's just great to be able to come into the gym and watch your kids compete against each other. And for me, it's a win-win either way. So I'm glad you guys have me here.
Yeah, and we'll see her next, along with Leah too, for the McNamara Mustangs. And Leah too is headed to Pitt, and Maddie Scott is headed to Ole Miss.
Yes, and we have Shay. Shay is also headed to UAlbany.
Yes, and Shay is also headed to Albany.
Leah too, by the way, was so much fun to watch last year because there was so much attention to other places on the floor. Whenever she, was on it, you had Leah, you had JBT, and when you were playing other teams like AZ, but it didn't matter about what all those other people were doing. Whenever game we covered that the McNamara girls were playing, it seemed like the Mustangs were always ahead when Leah too was on the floor. And they were behind when she wasn't on the floor. And to me, it was something that was noticeable. The way that she filled the nooks and crannies of the stat sheet. As we get a minute left here before, we're going to look forward to seeing that game, and we'll talk again at halftime of that game about what we saw through this game and through the first half. Ron, thank you so much for being with us through part one of this ride. You'll be sitting here next to us, I hope, for the rest of it.
Yes, thank you, gentlemen.
Awesome. We're going to get started here in about 25 seconds or so as the other teams and the other games around us start coming to a little bit of a crescendo, D-Mac. 27-23, St. Francis on top of Riverdale Baptist. They have stopped the clock with 12 seconds to go. Angel Reese looks well rested. That would seem to be a problem towards the end of the first half, Darren. She's covering a lot of ground on defense and offense.
Like I said, both teams are very well coached, and it's interesting to see what adjustments were made at the halftime. Both teams took all the allotted time and came out late from the locker room, so we'll see. There's a lot of conversation going in there at the midway point.
Sania Johnson on the far right, crossing to Kayla Ivey. Liz Martino back to Sania. Kayla Ivey on the baseline, triple team. That was nice around Angel Reese, in and amongst Zion Reynolds, some tall defenders. She found her way in.
Ball fake up and under. That was a very nice move. Nice footwork, especially with the way that refs are calling travel this evening.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially when you're attacking Angel Reese on the baseline. That's impressive enough. Angel Reese in the corner, out to Nye Gordine. Leah Turner baseline. Kayla Thomas gets the block, but looks like she also got a little piece of the shooter.
When you're 6'3" with long arms, you can see over top of those traps and over top of the defense and make pinpoint passes, and that's what she seems to do.
Leah Turner makes the first of two. Good start by Riverdale. Get points on the board right away. St. Francis answers. It's a 4-point game. Kayla Ivey and Sania Johnson. Kayla crosses midcourt with it. Angel Reese causing problems on the baseline pass. Looked like they had Kayla Thomas where they wanted her. They didn't go that route.
Seems like St. Francis is coming out in the second half after a made basket. They're going to go put a little three-quarter pressure on them. Change it up a little bit. They started the game off like that and then backed off. It's a chess match, though, Kim, when you get into games like this. Both coaching staffs
Angel
Gonna
Reese
analyze, see what's working.
not going to let that inbound pass happen. Kalia Turner to Zion. Angel Reese with length. Gets the ball away from, I believe that was Kayla Thomas, and then she puts it off the glass.
Little high-low action. Really good pass from Zion Reynolds right there. Sometimes when you have a player like Angel Reese, you just throw it in the area and she'll go get it, and it'll look like a good pass no matter what.
Brenda Fries is smiling as Angel calmly puts down the and one, 32-25. Liz Martino wanted it. Sania Johnson, open three.
Riverdale's
Long
getting
rebound.
good looks.
Kayla Ivey puts it back up. And I tell you, they were making everything in the warm-ups. There's a whole lot of different story in between the whistles. Good shot by Ivy. Anaya Gordon driving. Floater unable to go. Rebound to Anaya Green. Down low, Liz Martino unable to keep it alive for the Crusaders. Come back St. Francis way.
That was
Don't
a
blink.
good look.
Don't
That was
blink,
a good
Darren.
look.
Might miss something.
Yeah, it seemed that both teams seemed to be making an effort to pick the pace up a little bit. That second quarter was low scoring.
Turner into Reynolds, out to Gordine, into the corner. Three for Humphrey, no good. Reese with a great rebound. She is fouled. I believe they're going to get that on Green. We'll get the confirmation here in a second. Yeah, it's going to go on Tanaya Green as Angel Reese in the air was fouled.
Kayla Ivey has come out in this second half with a sense of urgency. Young lady scored over 1,000 points and headed to Boston College.
Ivy attacking St. Francis defense. And they're going to get a reach, I believe, on Anaya. Referee still trying to kind of keep everyone's emotions in check. It's going to go on number one.
Kayla Thomas has checked into the game.
Kayla Ivey from deep. Sania with the rebound. A lot of contact. I believe that's going to go on Anaya Gordine as well. Hands to the face. Unless they're... I didn't see the number. I was going to say maybe they were going to give it to somebody else. But no, I believe that's on Anaya. Kayla Thomas underneath. Ivy for three. Short, she gets her own rebound. With a little bit of a delay, she draws a foul from Zion Reynolds, junior from St. Francis. Just a little bit of a hesitation before she took it to the glass there, Darren.
Yeah, that was a nice baseline out of bounds play where Kayla Thomas set a screen and came back to the ball. It looked like she had a point blank shot, but
Yeah, it
she
did.
trusted her teammate that was spotted up on the outside.
How many of those shots did you ever give up in your life?
Very few, if
What?
any.
I can't even believe there's this hesitation. The answer is zero. Reynolds and Reese low on the blocks for St. Francis as Ivy puts up the free throw. 4-point game.
Ken, you can't go by me. I used to like my contested shot more than my teammates' uncontested.
In the jaw. Angel Reese. No look to Turner. Back to Reese. She's behind the three-point line, drawing Kayla Thomas out on D. Swinging it around. St. Francis is going to get rung up for another travel.
I'll tell you what, Riverdale did a great job on that defensive possession, not letting the ball get into the middle. That's where St. Francis has been hurting that zone, and they made a conscious effort to cut that middle pass off.
also didn't seem like they were too worried about Angel Reese sitting 2 or 3 feet behind the three-point line and firing away.
Well, they'll let you swing it around the perimeter. If you get the ball into the middle or in that short corner, you can do some damage. So they're trying to make sure they don't
Ivy
do
for
that.
3. Just not tuned up.
I like her aggression. She's come out of the halftime.
I believe I saw that happening. Had a little bit of something going on between Anaya Gordine and Liz Martino. Maybe a warning to both sides. Are they going to call the double T?
Didn't see it. I know
there was a little bump. It looked like Liz Martino had some contact as the ball was going out of bounds. And when Anaya Gordon came over, she had something to say about the contact on her teammate. Referee picked up on it. Stopped the whistle.
Well, the referees are adamant about that. They are not having it this evening.
Not having it. Reynolds underneath.
There it is.
Lot
That
of
middle
room.
pass.
Unable to make it go.
They were lucky on that one. Can't let that ball get to the middle.
Ivy with the hesitation again. Draws the foul and 1. I believe they're going to get it on Corey Barnes from St. Francis. Ivy gets to her spot on the baseline.
Yes, she does.
Pauses for a second, draws the attention, and then is able to put it in. There's a 2-point game here. Ivy can cut it to 1.
She has definitely turned it up a notch, and she's not scared to go in there with the trees.
Unable to get the free throw, Angel Reese. Turner brings it up. Cameron Dorsey in trouble. Over and back. I believe Sania Johnson was involved in that defense there, Darren.
Yeah, she's at the top of that zone, and she is active. She's been involved in a lot of defensive possessions.
Martino in the corner. Ivy up top, Turner on her.
They're going to make sure they know where Ivy is at all times.
Dorsey knocked it back. Possession, Darren. But
Sania Johnson, that was a very good ball fake. Everybody's expecting the ball to go over to Kayla Ivy on the wing. There's a ball fake, and then she found her teammate, Kayla Thomas, down low. Just didn't convert.
Reynolds and Thomas working against each other down low. Turner up top to Dorsey for 3. That is true. 5-point lead for St. Francis. Ivy pushing it up. 3.5 to go in the third quarter. 36-31. Martino with a quick one. Good rebound for Belton. Sania Johnson on the baseline. Jada Belton unable to corral it. Back to Kayla Ivy. Was at the free throw line. She's able to raise up, but not able to make it fall. Angel Reese back the other way. She's beating the entire team back to the basket. Sania Johnson with a deflection at the end of the shot. She probably did that thing you said not to do, Darren. At the end, she took the ball too low. Sania Johnson could reach it.
Players with length are always taught not to bring the ball down, because then it's anybody's ball. If you're 6'3", you don't want to make yourself 5'5".
She also just dribbled past the entire team.
Yes, she did.
Which was Turner for down deep. High rebound. Paris McBride. I believe they're going to get Turner. No, it's going to go against Dorsey. Defensive foul on Paris McBride, or against Paris McBride. She'll receive the inbounds from Kayla Ivy here. 5-point game. Crusaders with the ball. Ivy from deep. Nothing but nylon. 2-point lead now for St. Francis as Dorsey's bringing it up.
I don't know if she's going to major in Spanish when she gets to Boston College, but she is in fuego
Paris
right
McBride.
now.
almost with the steal. And I believe they're going to get her instead with a little extra contact on Angel Reese. The ball will stay St. Francis.
Sometimes you get that feeling, Ken, where the rim looks like a huge circle, and you can't help but to throw it in. Oh, it's getting a little feisty out here.
It's chippy. It's been chippy since about, I'd say, the second they got out of here in the second half. Dorsey to Turner, inside to Turner. Fighting on the baseline, and she can't maintain control. Riverdale with a chance to tie or take the lead. I don't think we've been able to say that for a while as McBride brings it over the...
She is calling for that ball. Kayla Ivey is calling for that ball. She's got that feeling.
She sure is. McBride on the drive, drew the foul.
Can you know anything about that feeling when you can't miss?
Oh, you know I do, Darren. You know I do.
Well, Miss Ivy has it right now, and St. Francis better do a job of knowing where she is.
Darren, I learned that feeling by watching you. I learned to have that feeling, even if you miss, you're still supposed to think you can't miss, and you just keep hoisting them up.
Absolutely.
You know what Keith Vini taught me? I mean, he's the first person that ever said it to me. I've heard it said other times, but you know, when you're on, shoot. When you're off, shoot till you're on.
Absolutely.
That's Viniism 101. I study this stuff. They teach us in Forestville. We got a tie game, guys. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
We've got a barn burner.
McBride causing trouble. Liz Martino, everyone running at the ball. Again, Paris McBride with just an impressive physical presence in and amongst.
She is tough as nails.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive. That's what you like to see. You said it at the top, Darren. Height doesn't matter. It's not the height, it's the fight.
It is. And she's headed to North Carolina Central out of the MEAC. One of 4 seniors for Riverdale that are already signed.
That was a sweet lou, by the way. I used to always say, we say in gym class, it's not the height, it's the fight. I mean, when you're an Italian kid at 5'8", 5'9", you got to have something to hang your hat on.
Yes, you do.
Paris McBride gives them the lead. 1-point game, just under 2 minutes to go in the third. Here it comes. St. Francis on the drive.
And
Dorsey
right there in the middle of the action. McBride.
McBride wants the tie up. I don't think she got it. No, she didn't. They're going to call a foul on her.
When you work real hard like that, Ken, we call that getting a lather.
Okay.
Paris McBride is definitely getting a lather tonight. She's getting her money's worth.
Tie game.
Knotted up, 37 all.
1:40 to go in the third quarter. McBride calling it out. Ivy at the free throw. All the way around and inside to Kayla Thomas. Who gives it back. Kira Dandridge unable to make it fall. Turner for 3. And that is a good shot. 3-point lead for St. Francis as Riverdale takes over.
Can't leave her alone. Ooh.
It's gonna be
She
St.
almost
Francis
had another
ball.
one.
Ivy.
You cannot leave her alone.
50 seconds. Angel Reese splits the defenders. That'll go against McBride. 47 seconds to go. St. Francis up by 3.
Brenda Fries has to be happy with what she's
Oh,
seeing.
yeah. I've been seeing her smile all night.
You have a 6'3", do-it-all point forward that you cannot trap at half court. She's got to be very pleased with that. She'll be joining the young lady, Owusu, from Paul VI. Is having an incredible freshman year currently for the Lady Terps.
5-point lead for St. Francis. 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. So McBride brings it up for the Crusaders. Sunia Johnson coming all the way across to McBride. Kayla Thomas unable to handle the pass from McBride.
A little too strong on that pass. It was too close to throw that hard of a pass.
Well, she drew the defense from Reese. Thomas was open. It was a hard pass to bring down. Dorsey for 3. Rebound, Kayla Thomas. Avi's got 6 seconds. It's got to go now, and it does. Good if it goes. No good. For Lauren Banks, the senior Crusader. At the end of 3, St. Francis on top, 42-37. Darren's a little bit chippier in the second half than it was in the first.
Yeah, there was a lot of action in that third quarter. I expected both teams to go into halftime and make some adjustments and come at them from a different angle. And Riverdale's angle seemed to be Kayla Ivy.
Yeah.
She got hot during the third quarter and had some threes fall, and she got a couple of and ones driving it in there with the trees. And
there's your third quarter Call Your Mother Deli highlights from the Family Life Center here in Glen Arden.
that was a nice looking shot way downtown. This is McBride. She's making things happen. Kicks out. Kayla Ivy with a nice looking stroke.
Getting it inside.
See, when you get the ball into the middle against the zone, it opens up everything. It goes inside, out, ball changes sides of the floor. When you can step into a three like that with your toes pointed at the basket, that's all you can ask for.
Yep.
And you see these girls, they're talented. They knock it down. And defensively, you don't want to get these girls an easy look at a jump shot.
If you're Riverdale Baptist, you got to be thinking to yourself, continue to attack the side of the floor that Angel Reese isn't on. Get some of these shots to fall the way they were falling in the third, like they weren't falling in the first. St. Francis hasn't been able to get out of their own way on some of the ticky-tack calls that we've seen the refs make, throughout the game. And 5 points is just not enough of the way that Riverdale's been playing defense.
Yeah, and if I was Riverdale, I would try to pick the pace up a little bit, but it doesn't seem like Angel Reese is going to get tired. She did a little bit in the first half, but it's money time now. She's built for this.
Reese couldn't get her own rebound. Ivy pushing it the other way. Martino.
We have not heard her name much, but it seems like it's about to be her time to shine. She is a very capable scorer, as you can see on that nice pull-up jump shot.
Reese up top. McBride on Dorsey. They call offensive push there, Darren? Or
I'll tell you what, I'm very impressed with Kayla Thomas. She's gotten into the middle and she's held it down. She's communicating on defense, calling out cutters, and she's doing a really good job on the boards.
Angel Reese
You have to
gets
be
her hands on that
careful
pass.
with those long passes. when Angel Reese is somewhere in the area.
I believe it should be 8 seconds on the shot clock, and they will reset it to 8 seconds.
It's a good call right there, Ken.
Ivy. McBride. 6 seconds to work. She gets deep. Unable to bring, but she does draw the foul.
That was a nice in and out move right there by Paris McBride. She's very strong going to her right side. A little fake to the left and back to her strong side where she's comfortable. That's hard to stop.
Short on the first. That's tired.
Yeah, somebody might have opened the door out there. It's a little nippy outside, isn't it?
Someone did open the door. I felt it too. It's like a gust of Arctic air across the floor. McBride trying to cut it to 2. Short again. Turner rebound. Reese up to Turner. The foul will go on Riverdale Baptist. Little contact with Angel Reese before she got that pass away. Believe they'll be in the one-on-one.
St. Francis got a little lucky on that play right there. Look, it appeared that Angel Reese had traveled, but the referee called a foul before.
Angel Reese misses the front side and then commits the foul on Sania Johnson. 6.5 to go. Riverdale down by 3. And you're right. I thought that might have been a chance for them to call on. See, the way they've been calling it, Darren, anyways.
As you can see, Angel Reese a little frustrated about missing that.
Yep.
That was a frustration foul right there. But as a coach, you let your star player go sometimes. You don't want to overcoach her. You know, she's been in these situations before. She holds her bar high, so she'll know how to calm down and get ready for attack.
Sania Johnson a little strong. Reese up to Dorsey. On the baseline, Ivy intercepts the pass intended for Corey Barnes. Now McBride's working back the other way for Riverdale. Ivy with the ball again, going for 3. In rhythm, Martino gets the rebound and puts the floater back in. It's a 1-point game. Riverdale down by 1, 42-41. Time out of the floor. 6:15 to go in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, Liz Martino has entered the building.
That was smooth.
Very smooth.
It was decisive. Darren, throughout this entire game, players have been in position to take shots right away. And they turned them down. They've made the pass. They put the ball on the floor. There's a perfect example of a player who got a quick rebound right there. Of course, she did put it down. But it was back up in a hurry before the defense could collapse on her.
A soft touch. That's a lost art in today's game, is that mid-range area. If you can score at that second level, you have a chance to be special. Not a lot of players commit to that mid-range game. And that was a nice putback in that mid-range.
It was calm. There was a lot of poise. Again, when we've watched these athletes in these programs, they're special for a reason. The decisiveness, to know where you are on the floor, to know where the defense is, to know you have a chance, in that case, to get a dribble and put the ball back up in rhythm. She didn't have it going in the first half, but she's been a factor here in the second half, Liz Martino.
Well, Ken, today's high school, girls and boys, high school basketball player, they're coming to their coaches very skilled, very experienced. A lot of them train all year round. They play high-level AAU, starting early. So, you know, these head coaches, these head high school coaches are getting some very good and conditioned players. We got something going on over there on the sideline.
Yeah, there's a little bit of activity behind the Riverdale bench, but I think they're going to get it under control. Should be just fine. I tell you, we talk about Liz Martino going to Rutgers and Angel Reese going to Maryland. They'll be playing against each other for years to come.
Big Ten battles.
Corey Barnes, Dorsey, Gordino. I get my hands ready. Ball's coming to me. Turner, Reese, into the corner for Corey Barnes. I believe it was blocked by Martino, but they're going to call the foul.
That was beautiful
It was
basketball.
Block and a foul.
When you have a team trapping, what you do is you get it out of that trap and you move the ball and you change sides of the floor as quick as possible. That's how you got a wide open opportunity for a three.
Barnes misses the first.
You see Angel Reese was the first one to go over there and hug her teammate after that, getting fouled for that three. It's a testament to what kind of teammate she is.
Oh, yeah,
and leader.
absolutely. Corey Barnes makes the third. It's a 2-point lead for St. Francis with 6 minutes to go in this game. McBride to Ivy.
The tempo is a little slower than I expected, but
Yeah.
this is a possession by possession battle, and it's going to go down the wire.
Ivy in the corner for three. Reese with the rebound. It looked like they were really not trying to go to that side until they had no other choice. Inside to Turner, unable to make it stick. Harris McBride with the rebound. Another
Need
rebound.
that one.
Ivy from the side, a lot of time. And she sinks in, and we have a lead to report for the Riverdale Baptist Lady Crusaders. Dorsey up. Fake gets into the paint. Angel Reese. They're going to get Angel Reese for a little double dribble. Riverdale up 1 point with 5 minutes to go in this game. Momentum has officially swung.
That's the sign of a shooter with confidence. Kayla Ivy missed one in one corner and paid him back in the opposite corner, all net.
Timeout. Coach of Riverdale.
Is that might be Riverdale's first lead.
I don't think they scored first.
Yeah, that's Riverdale's first lead. See, they swing the ball. You cannot leave her open twice in a row. She's going to make you pay. What a second half by Kayla Ivy.
It's like they're using Kayla Thomas on offense to draw Angel Reese to a spot, and Riverdale's trying to work the ball based on that. And Angel Reese is still able, really to make her presence known.
Yeah, that might be part of the game plan. I just saw Coach Harrell out at half court talking to Kayla Thomas right there, maybe designing some type of game plan down the stretch.
5 minutes to go. Riverdale on top by 1 with the ball. Confident shooters. McBride working. Kayla Ivy. Liz Martino in the corner. Anaya Gordine.
Dangerous pass.
Steal and the bucket for Gordine. She asserts herself really for the first time in this fourth quarter.
I knew it was just a matter of time before Anaya Gordine makes something happen, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
St. Francis back
really
on top by
quick
1.
in those passing lanes.
Inside to Martino. Found the spot.
That's that mid-range.
Decisive bucket for the Crusaders. Reese to Gordine on top as St. Francis sets their offense. Turn it to Reese. Reese penetrates. Dorsey for 3 from the side. Shooters touch off the rim. St. Francis up by 2. Just under 4 minutes to go in this game.
Huge three-pointer by Dorsey right there. And Angel Reese just trusts her shooters. She trusts her teammates. She knows that she's going to draw the defense, so when she drives in the middle, she always has her head up, finding her teammates.
Liz Martino to the line.
How about that? A 6'3" playmaker.
Right?
It's a nice looking stroke. I'm surprised we didn't hear more from Martino earlier in the game. She started off the game with a nice looking three-pointer.
Yep.
Better late than never, though.
Tying it up, 48-48. 2 free throws from Martino. Angel Reese and Gordine playing a two-man game. Up to Turner. Gordine, floater.
Right on cue. Right on cue.
2-point lead for St. Francis. Sania Johnson on top. Over to Kayla Ivey. She's baseline. Martino. Sania Johnson hustling for the rebound.
She is always around the ball. Her and McBride.
Off Sania Johnson. She puts it off her own foot. And I believe they will get a travel.
The crowd is very much into it, and again,
the referee didn't even want to say the words. It was just a player on the ground, so kind of hard not to be a travel. Get the travel on Ivy that time.
I think the call your mother call of the day is traveling.
Call your mother. You need to call your mother. Tell her about it. Angel Reese working all the way in. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up. Kayla Thomas. Paris McBride pushing it for the Crusaders. Kayla Ivey for three. Too much. Dorsey going the other way. Here comes Angel Reese. It's too much for Angel Reese. A little bit of contact with Ivy, but not of the fouling nature.
Kayla Thomas has been a monster on them boards, on both ends, offensively and defensively.
They'll go to their benches.
Ken, if it's
Angel wanted a call there.
At 2:41, if you are St. Francis, what is your game plan?
At some point,
up to.
I mean, I want the ball in Angel's hands. I mean,
absolutely.
I don't think that. I understand the level of player that they have. If she's still got some gas in the tank, I'm getting her the ball and getting out of her way.
Yeah, if I'm St. Francis, I may play through her, but use her as a decoy and see if we can get Anaya Gordine or Dorsey an open shot, because everybody's expecting her.
Yeah.
And she's such a high IQ player that she'll figure it out. But I'd probably play through her and use her as a decoy at the same time.
I don't think you need to. I don't think you want to be taking threes or settling for threes. If you could get the ball down low to Angel, she's been able to pass it real well. You should be able to set up a 10 or 12 footer pretty easily. Paris McBride. Dorsey covering her out to Kayla Ivey. Corey Barnes on her. Belton getting position on Angel Reese. Ivy on the Paris McBride from Ivy. Sania Johnson for the rebound. Ivy for three. Riverdale takes the lead, 51-50. We're about 2 minutes to go in this game. The Crusaders are on top.
Is she on fire or what?
I believe they're going to get Angel Reese for travel again. And some fans aren't extraordinarily excited about that. Riverdale on top by one. Reese once again able to get down low, and no points for St. Francis as a result.
I like that move. I don't think that move will get called at the next level.
No. No, it won't. Or the next level after that. Especially the next level after that. Ivy for three.
Wow.
Riverdale on top, 4 points, 136. The crowd is into it now. Anaya
This is
Gordine.
the Kayla Ivy show in the second half.
Dorsey to Anaya.
I told you, Ken, I saw it in her eyes when she came out of that locker room.
Turner impacted by Belton. 1:15 to go. 25 on the shot. As Riverdale looking to work a little bit of clock, but stay hot. Liz Martino turned down a three-pointer on the baseline. And I believe they're going to send her to the line. I don't think she stepped on the line. And that is what's going to happen. And she's probably been one of the best free throw shooters we've seen today.
Ken, I'll tell you what, times like this is when it's really, really important to have good guard play.
Yeah.
Seniors, girls that are battle-tested, girls that can handle pressure, girls that have been in this kind of moment and not scared of the moment.
It's one of the most crowded scenarios, too, from a courtside situation. I mean, this place is packed. You got to be concentrating. Martino locked in. Takes the Crusaders on a 5-point lead with 1 minute and 4 seconds to go.
Well, Ken, as you look around the gym, you know, everybody's up top and all around the floor. It looks like a high-level AAU game, and these girls are battle-tested. They've been there, done that. So they're not scared of the moment, as you can see, as she splashes. Cool, calm, and collected. Runs the baseline. They leave her open again. She squares up like she's done so many times in her training sessions and in practice. It's just another day at the office for Kayla Ivy.
Just over a minute to go, 5-point game.
We still got a ways to go. This is going to be a long minute and 4 seconds. Both teams coach very well.
Dorsey to inbound for St. Francis. Turner over the midpoint. Nye Gordine driving. Then we'll call the foul on the floor. We'll send Gordine to the line.
Yeah, Ken, I would like to see Miss Gordine a little bit more aggressive. When she gets downhill, they don't seem to be able to stop her. Strong player, Anaya Gordine is.
Gordine makes it a 4-point game. We're getting a live look in to the court next to us. It's Coach Scribner and his team right behind us in the St. John's Cadets, Lady Cadets, getting ready to rock. WCAC in the house.
That was a big 2 free throws by Anaya Gordine.
3-point game. What are you drawing up here, Darren?
Well, if I'm Riverdale, I know they live and die by it, but I may not want to put too much pressure with this lead, because if they get that ball to the middle, then they can get St. Francis can get angles going to the basket and get to the free throw line like they just did. I don't want to speed them up, so maybe he's using it to try to slow them down, but you got to cut off that middle pass.
I mean, you got to work some clock.
Right now, if I'm Riverdale on offense, I use all 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You're playing against the clock right now. You're up 3. It's a one-possession game, especially with the 3-ball. But you've got to use that clock. I'd use all 30 seconds to get something good. And it seems like something good is Kayla Ivy anywhere around that perimeter.
Or use Ivy to draw someone in and give it to Martino.
Martino is hot as well.
Because she's not only hot, but she's showing, she's getting to open spots.
Yes, she is.
So it's like that NFL wide receiver who knows exactly when to sit down and turn around. She knows exactly where she's getting the ball, it's her spot.
Yeah, you want to find your spots against us when you're working against a zone. Find that sweet spot, and she has found it multiple times.
St. Francis wants maybe they want to keep her from getting in that spot. St. Francis trying to check in.
Well, you'll also see
An
now
extra
the
player.
sign of very good experienced guard play is not turning this ball over. Because St. Francis is turning up the heat.
They're having a
these
hard
last
time on the
55
baseline. People land on the floor. It's impossible. Kayla Ivy. Liz Martino.
Yeah.
Ivy will bring it up nice and easy. Gordine going to make her
Gordine is
pressure
an
a little bit.
excellent defender. You got to be careful around her.
Reese on Martino. 13 seconds on the shot clock. 35 seconds in the game. Martino's making her move on Reese. Kayla Ivy for three, and they're going to call the foul. I believe they're going to call that on Angel Reese.
I think they got caught Gordine reaching in.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
There was
It's on Anaya.
There was an up and under move. She pump faked Angel Reese and she stepped in. Looked like it was all ball. That's a tough call to make in that situation, but.
And I think that'll do it for Anaya Gordine in this game.
Ken, especially at the end of the shot clock like that, you may have wanted to let her take that leaning three-pointer. That's a very tough shot to make. Now you're giving her a chance to.
Yeah, you're sending a shooter to the line with 25 seconds to go to shoot three. That's under the column of things you don't want to see happen if you're the opposing coach.
And the hottest girl in the gym.
Yeah, her and Martino, there's nothing but confidence coming out of those players right now.
I see smoke coming off her fingers.
Makes the first. Makes the second. Ivy 2 out of 3. 5-point game. 22 seconds to go. Dorsey pushing it for St. Francis.
Push the tempo.
Turner
Skip.
all the way to the corner for Angel Reese, who's going to take the three. Flat shot. Looks like they're going to get McBride over the back and Corey Barnes, who had gotten the rebound for St. Francis.
The clock is your friend at this time. You do not want to stop the clock. But McBride was playing hard. She was going for a rebound. It's still a two-possession game. St. Francis will foul. You got to make your free throws down the stretch.
These are huge free throws.
Yes, they are.
Barnes off the side. A little bit wide. 12 seconds to go. 5-point game. She makes the second.
Still a 2-point game. Now, if you're Riverdale Baptist, you want to shorten the pass. You do not want to turn the ball over on the inbounds. You want to shorten the pass. Make sure you're secure with the ball, strong with it, and knock down your free throws.
Yep.
St. Francis is going to apply pressure and try to get a steal. And if they don't get a steal, they'll foul right away. We don't have time to let Riverdale melt any more of this 12 seconds off the clock. Also, if you're Riverdale, you want to design something to get Kayla Ivy or Liz Martino coming to the ball, because those are your most reliable free throw shooters.
Man, I'll tell you what, we are in the middle of some basketball-loving people. It is
Yes. You want to
It's
spread.
a fight for every breath. It's amazing. I love it.
Interesting. They have Ivy taking the ball out. You want to spread the court and make them guard you in space, because St. Francis is going to try to shrink the court. Let's see.
Ivy to inbound. Martino in the corner. I believe it's going to be St. Francis ball. Ivy unable to contain the pass. I'm sorry. Martino unable to contain Ivy's pass. There you go, Darren. Reese to inbound. Got to be a quick shot. Barnes saves it for 3. Martino with the rebound. Ivy will hold it for a final. Riverdale Baptist over St. Francis, 57-53, as the referees send the teams back to their corners.
And that'll do it.
Big win for the Crusaders.
A very gutty performance by Riverdale Baptist.
Thanks again
Trailing for 3/4 of the game and came back and
to Call Your Mother Jewish Deli out in Virginia. And there's some, and we will call it. We will go ahead and call it. And we'll be back for the next game. Thanks, everybody.